Hello everyone, welcome to Pavni Teachers. Today I came with a topic called two dimensional arrays in C language. This is also known as 2D arrays. This 2D array is nothing but matrices. As we know that this matrices works with rows and columns. In C language, it is also works with rows and columns. Firstly, I'll explain how we need to declare an 2D array. Okay. First, we have to mention what type of array we are taking. Here, I am taking integer type. That means we are storing integer values in an array in rows and columns. Okay. Firstly, I should give array name, and we have to give square braces. In first square brace, two square braces. In first square braces, we have to mention the rows. Okay, rows. That means if I want to take some two rows, I'm giving here two, and in the second square braces we have to give column number of columns we are taking in a matrix. Okay, here now I want to take three columns. Okay, now we have to assign the values. This is one type of declaring variable and assigning the values. I'll explain another method after completion of this. Okay, now I'm assigning the values. While assigning, we have to keep those values inside the flower braces. First we have to write the first row's values, and we have to give column comma, and again we have to give flower braces, and in these flower braces we have to write all the second row values. Okay, first I'll write first row values. I'm taking here 1 comma 2 comma 3, and in the second row I'm taking 5 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, as here I take two rows. I am writing the data of two rows individually, and here I have mentioned I am taking the three columns. That means in each row we have to write three elements of values. Okay, this is how we have to declare an 2D array and assign the values. Okay, after assigning the values, to print these values we have to use nested for loop. Okay, before using for loop I want to take here some variables which we use in for loop. I'll take I and j for initialization in for loop. Now I'm taking for loop I equal to 0, I colon I less than. Here we have to write rows. As above I mentioned row number as 2, so here I'm giving the value as 2. Okay, and I increment inside the first for loop we have to give another for loop, and here I am taking j equal to 0, and j less than columns. Here we have to give columns. That means in the above I have mentioned 3 number 3. Here I am giving the value as 3. Okay, and I increments for every iteration. After giving this two nested for loops, here now I have to give printf statements to print the values of each element. So I'm taking as the print d modular d, that indicates we are printing the integers. And here you have to check carefully. Here we have to give array name, and again two square braces. In the first square braces we have to mention the I which belongs to rows, and in the second braces we have to give j, and this belongs to columns. Okay, this how we have to give printf statement. Okay, and I have mentioned here return 0. I'm saving this program, and we'll execute and check how the output will come. Okay, yeah, here we can see it has printed all six numbers in a single line. If suppose we need to separate this output as row by rows, after the inside for loop we have to give printf statement and give slash n. That means it after completion of first row it will go to next line and print next row's elements. Okay, that means once if I is equal to 0, then it will complete all the process of this for loop and print all the values of a first row. After the printing it will go to this printf statement and print it will go to next line. Again this I will become 1, and again this for loop, inside for loop will works like that. This printf works to get separate of two rows. Okay, again I'll try to execute. You can observe what difference this printf brings. Here we can see it has printed two different rows in different lines. Okay, this is how array 2D arrays works. Okay, thank you for watching. Please do subscribe for further content.